I was just playing around with my imagination. And then everything got intense.
You know, when you think about it, Jake really is the perfect mage. Hello, my fellow enthusiasts, weirdos, degenerates, I don't really care. Welcome back to another video. It looks like we're talking about imagination. And I do apologize that I absolutely sound like shit. I've been sick for the past couple days, and I'm still sick. But only cowards let that stop him. I am no coward. I think. Now, full disclosure, this video actually came from a question that was posed during my Are Finn and Jake Wizards video, in which they pointed me in the direction of actually an episode I really enjoyed, which is called Rainy Day Daydream. It's basically an episode where Jake is pretty much reality warping with his imagination, and they asked whether or not this counted as him utilizing magic. To immediately answer your question, as I have said before, I do not like wasting people's time, the answer is yes. Granted, a very unrefined form of magic, but it is magic. And look, I know, you probably are a veteran watching this. You know that whenever magic pops up in Adventure Time, I'm on it like maple syrup on pancakes. But even so, I have to explain the mechanics of how magic in the land of Ooh works in order for any newcomers to know what the hell is happening. So do bear with me, and don't you dare click off the video, otherwise I will find you. Now again, with how magic works in the land of Ooh, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, you utilize the power of imagination and actively utilize it to warp reality. To some degree, you realize that the world around you is not entirely real, and you then proceed to utilize your imagination to pretty much change the rules. It's a very difficult yet very powerful tool. However, as many of you have seen, Jake is capable of doing this completely effortlessly. However, despite that, I still say he is not a wizard, which I'm sure some of you are already saying, what the hell is this guy talking about? But bear with me. As I said in the previous video on why he's not a wizard with a cloak, the same reason applies here. He has immense potential and is easily able to utilize his imagination to change reality. However, the problem is that he can't control it. As we see in the episode itself, he cannot turn off his imagination normally. He can't control the things he summons at all, to the point where they literally attack him whenever given the chance, and many of the things he creates utilizing his imagination are completely by instinct. So basically, to summarize it pretty bluntly, he can't control it, and he hasn't gone through the proper channels or the proper teachings to really be called a wizard. A better term for him would instead be an incredibly powerful magical creature, instead of an actual wizard. That being said, this episode does actually show us something pretty interesting, which is the fact that Jake would be one of the greatest wizards if he ever actually took it up. And this goes into a pretty hefty rule, which is magic, madness, and sadness. A lot of people, in my opinion, tend to misconstrue exactly what this means, and a lot of people think that magic itself causes the madness and sadness, which it definitely can, but it definitely isn't a be-all end-all rule. Under most circumstances, wizards aren't mad or sad because of the magic they use, but instead due to the person that they are. People who are insane literally have a natural proclivity to magic because everything around them already doesn't really seem like it's real. People who are incredibly depressed and sad have a tendency to seek out magic in order to fix their problems. Two good examples of this are Huntress Wizard and Magic Man. Huntress Wizard picked up magic in order to stay as her ideal person, to continue being what she considered best for herself. She's not insane. Sure, she has portions of sadness, but that's due to the person that she was rather than the creature that she eventually became. Magic Man had his magic for years before his descent. However, the sadness of losing his wife made him so depressed that he constantly sought out more and more magic. Now, why exactly do I bring this up? Well, it's actually pretty interesting because the very same reason why Jake would never really pick up magic is the same reason why he's perfect. The guy isn't really sad or even really ambitious. He is very much content with almost everything in his life. Meanwhile, his mindset, which is very much similar to what a wizard would have, is actually something that doesn't cause him to go really insane at all. So he's not sad, he's not mad, he's completely content. There's no reason for him to really go for magic unless it's either for someone else's benefit or if he's just having fun. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Another somewhat short one. I still feel pretty damn terrible, but hey, it is what it is. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Thanks so much for my patrons, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.